Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Mechanism, episode 63. I'm your host, Tim, the one and only child of Mecha, and it's Friday. And I'm even more tired than I was last night. Hey, woke up in the morning.
Big energetic.
Feeling like a bag
Big
of
energy.
shit.
Big tired energy.
Good.
Yeah, we're
But
definitely gonna.
it's July
4th
weekend.
Huh? Yeah,
So you got to start off with we're starting the fireworks early on Mechanism.
Nah, there ain't no fireworks tonight, boys and girls, but we are gonna fuck around and find out.
See, these are the fireworks right here.
For real, right? All right, so we have a humble little cast of characters here tonight. We're gonna go around and introduce everybody, see what everybody's working on, see if anything has changed since last night's festivities on Brian's channel, Kodokai, in the Robo Dojo. And speaking of the man himself, Brian, why don't you start us off there, buddy?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mechanism. I'm in the new workspace. I got Colleen's over here. There you go. Shared workspace. Actually sharing for once. Sharing is caring. Remember that, John Land.
Aww.
Cat's in here too, fucking with Colleen. See, John is out in the chat talking about MosquitoCon. I hope that I can get ready with at least with the Messerschmitt, because I haven't had a chance to touch anything in well over a month on it, and it's been kind of like slightly stressing me out. I have been working on this. I started doing this a little bit last night, or sort of continued working on this a little bit last night. I've been doing a little bit more today, putting skirts together, blah, blah, blah. It's all right. You know, it's a high grade. So what am I supposed to do?
Brian, your connection is a bit choppy and the video's kind of bad. What was that exactly?
What was that? But it was the cat fucking with Colleen over on. You can see her right there.
No, I meant like the video quality. We couldn't see what that model was.
I believe it was the Messer.
It's the Messer. I have no idea why my video, because it's crispy as heck on me. But yeah. So yeah, it's the Messer, the high grade Messer.
Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
It's okay. You know, it's the bigger high grade kit, so people are like, oh, it's the same size as Master, blah blah blah. It's like, kinda. I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, I always like to see the best in things, and a lot of what I see in this is things that I need to improve. So, which is kind of fun. You know, it's a fun thing. But yeah, that's why I got this model. Was we were talking about it on a critical, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty tight to finish it up and do something fun with it a little bit further down the road. Now that cycles back to talking about MosquitoCon, where I still have to go through. I finally got my spray booth set up. I talked about that for half a second last night. Made a new filter for it, getting everything in place so that I can actually start to work on stuff like finishing the Messerschmitt and touching up the flea, touching up the Briegel. We're doing some painting on that and some weathering on that. Putting the base together for the Briegel. I have assembled parts. I haven't even actually put the thing together yet. So I got a bit of work ahead of me, and that's kind of what's going on my bench.
Sweet. Well, thank you, sir.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, you went you went full auto tune there for a little bit there too. So
Weird.
Yeah, and we're getting like maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 frames a second. So it's jumpy and stuff like that.
Maybe he'll
so.
jump out and jump in.
Maybe he'll start singing. Totally. Auto.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah, Julio says his internet's a bag of shit too. So maybe it's something up there in the Northeast.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're
Anyway.
running on 5G, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, it I don't know. It's getting a little bit better, so not too bad.
Good.
Anyway, Brian, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Cheers. Yeah.
All right. Let's go over to Pabs. Hi, Broken Pabs.
Hi, what's going on,
Uh-oh.
everybody? Yeah, it's me. I'm broken. I'm going through some kind of health issues right now, so there's going to be a little less building from me. But I wanted to hang out because I needed a little bit of normalcy in my everyday.
There you go.
So here we are. I much like Brian, I haven't really been working on much. If you guys have been following my Instagram, you guys may have seen. Let's zoom in away from my face.
That lupus.
Focus. The Barbatos sixth form right there just got finished up. So that's going to be photos taken and then shipped off to its owner in a little bit. Other than that, I'm trying my best to work on Behind New and the Twin Tower, but I'm gonna have to take a slight hiatus for a little bit. So
Health first, man. Hope you're feeling all right soon.
yeah, I hope so too.
We'll get you in fight and shake. We'll do the Rocky montage.
I don't even know what that means.
I'm wearing purple underwear the rest of the month, just in solidarity, man.
Who says I wasn't wearing no purple?
No,
underwear?
I'm wearing the purple underwear.
Oh well, proof and pics. No, it didn't happen.
Oh, okay. Well, later.
There you go, Fabs.
Thank
They're
you,
a bit-
Seth. I
they're a bit free.
appreciate that, man. Thank you, guys. But that's it.
All right, buddy. Good deal. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you for having me. It's
And
always great.
absolutely, let's go over to Mr. Goalie Zero, Carl.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm
What
actually
up?
working on stuff today. Hope you're all doing all right.
Oh.
4th of July weekend.
All right.
I am painting rocks, or as Hulu likes to say, I'm painting dookie rocks. So, casted some rocks the other day because I needed a base for my little Wing Zero boy, my little SD Wing Zero. Let me pull him out of the fire there and give me a little tour of him. Good on. Yeah,
Look at this guy.
made a little logo guy. Oh, the masking on those wings it's pretty awful, but
Oh,
yeah.
I can imagine.
got made my own little stand here out of a alligator clip, and we're putting on these rocks. I usually make these rocks out of epoxy sculpt because they're quicker to cure, and then they're hard as a rock and they don't break. But made these out of a Sculptamold, and despite the long curing time, I actually don't mind them. They are much more brittle than epoxy sculpt, but hey, get your little rod in there, and boom, got a little nice little rock stand for them. It's gonna go right there.
Nice.
I got a couple of those these bad boys to painted them with some oil washes. Just got some standard ass oil paint from Michaels. Got some Mona Lisa paint thinner, and I love these washes. They work pretty good as regular washes on kits for weathering, but perfect for what I'm doing here. So I got a little burnt umber and some white mixed in there, making this nice little kind of sandy undertone. And then we're gonna hit it with the black, and then we'll do some specking and some highlighting with some white acrylic paint, and then this bad boy. Perfect little base for SDs, HGs, everything in between. So, yeah, that's kind of how my weekend's going. But other than that,
Sweet.
camera actually on my face. There you go. There you go. Not that this is the part you want to see anyway. So,
There you go.
but I'm mostly here
All
just to say hi and make sure everyone's doing good. And I've got $50 on John Lynn, so I got to see that through. So that's about it.
All right. Well, speaking of which, hi, John Lynn. How are you?
Hi, Tim. Hello, Timothy.
Hi. How have you been?
Oh, I've been doing peachy. I'm good. I got them already. I got the gloves on. Let's go, Tim. Catch me outside the IHOP. Let's do this. But I'm getting almost done with this bad boy. And I got a little bit on the bottom left to do. I've been working on this for like 5 hours today. And then I just need to redo the ear flaps because I really don't like. I thought I would like this, but I didn't. And then it just touch-ups and a gloss coat, and we're going off to IPMS in October.
Hells yeah.
All right.
Wow.
My first IPMS event. I talked to Joel, and apparently I can just enter this into the light sci-fi model part
There you go.
category, a word for it.
Uh-huh.
And that'll be good. And then after I finish this up this month, I'm going to be working on the squad unit thing for GBA. My mind is completely blank today. But I have something to show you guys that I
Uh-oh.
think we're all gonna enjoy.
Color me
This
excited.
little thing was brought to you by, sponsored by White Claw,
Uh-oh. Is
and
this what I think it is?
let me just angle it down. So, this is a button pack brought to you guys by the Merkeys of Text. I think you guys are gonna like this. Pabden, I think you're gonna like some of these too. Let me just get these off. So
I'm
the
listening.
first one here.
Oh,
Jesus
my
Christ.
God. Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
I got
What
a
the
special
fuck?
place on my apron for that one, gentlemen. Send it.
And
Send it.
I think it's my favorite. This is one of my favorites just because of how happy he looks.
Oh, this is
Oh,
all me.
Yeah.
I see.
No, it's not all you.
Oh, it's not on me. Okay, thank God.
Okay, thank God.
It's only mostly you.
Oh shit!
Oh, my
Brian
God.
Walks 2021.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Oh.
My favorite Timothy meme format.
Jesus.
Oh, can't really see it on the camera.
Is that Demon Tim? What is that?
Triggered.
Triggered Tim?
Yes,
Oh,
triggered Tim.
okay.
Gumpel is freedom. I should have had that on.
She's at the works.
Okay.
Rick like freedom! Rick like 9 of these things.
Don't say it 5
Every
times in
time-
front of a mirror.
Oh fucking God.
Oh, that's good.
Getting all that mic.
The microphone king. New York.
Oh, Michael.
Oh, yes.
Mikey and the banana.
Michael.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my.
Collector's item right there.
We're
Find out.
forgetting one of our favorite gals.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, Flex.
Flex. Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace.
Gentlemen, some
Call
old
us
lady's
as
going
well.
to sell these on Antiques Roadshow in 100 years, and she's like $50,000 each one.
We have brought to you by White Claw,
Mm.
Jesus.
and one of my well, I think this is gonna be one of Tim's favorites.
Oh, 1 second. How come? So there's a lot of our faces on there, but where's yours?
Yeah, it's not bad.
And how about royalties, John Lynn?
I was
My
half
favorite-
hoping for a Keebler elf hat, or me and Pabs walking up Mount Doom or something, like
I don't have Photoshop.
missed opportunities there.
John Lynn, that's why when you come into my stream, you don't just hit on my parents. You ask me, hey, can you help me with Photoshop?
I'm gonna send you the photo that I used to show what you would look like with Super Saiyan hair. I would put that on the pin.
Oh, word, yeah, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to garner up more photos for Mechanism
So,
to do
Junjita.
stuff.
John Jita.
If you guys want any copies of these, let me know and I'll get you some sent out.
Nice.
Is this like a Mechanism limited edition?
Yes.
Gotta catch them
And
all.
there might also be a hot off the colon one too. So the guy can find the file for it.
And where's the one for Julio?
I haven't found a good one for Julio yet. All my favorite Julio pictures are from
You know, John Lynn, I'm a little hurt, John Lynn. I didn't see my face there, so guess I got to make some ETs and nutsack
Perfect.
pins for you.
Perfect pin material right here. Come on.
Did you get that for my graduation photo?
I don't fucking know, man.
Where the fuck did
Hey, little sister, what did you
Oh,
do? I'm sorry.
Billy Idol all the way.
Julio, you don't get a say in this. Shut up, stupid.
whiting.
Nice day to.
Oh,
let that burn into your souls. You're welcome.
that's nightmare fuel. Here, hold on. Even better. Hold on. Just keep it right there, Pabs.
Yeah. Ah!
In your soul.
There we go.
I'm stealing your chickens.
Screenshotable, people. Screenshotable. Go. Pull it back, Pabs.
If I don't have any memes of this by morning,
Yeah, all the way.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
exactly.
pissed.
Yeah, pull it back so people can screenshot it and meme the
Give me
fuck out of
give me
this thing.
one moment, Tim. One moment. Me.
Okay, take your time.
Yeah,
Take your
that was my
I'm sharing. I'm
Oh,
sharing
here
the
we
full
go.
thing.
photo.
All right, hold on. Boom.
Look at that definition.
Jesus.
High
John
class.
got some traps. Yo, look at that.
Fucking collarbones popping you.
Collarbone is
Yeah, John
popping.
Gita. John Gita don't fuck around.
Mr. Julionius is with us.
Still better than the American Dragon Ball movie.
Right?
Oh, for real, right?
Oh, I'd watch this one. Yeah.
I'd watch it twice.
Just listening to Gohan say "fuck around and find out."
You gotta get all the dragon chickens.
All the Dragon Balls are just little Haros.
Chicken eggs.
Yeah.
4-star.
Robert O'Brien is asking, "Did I increase the chin length?" I did not, Robert.
Oh,
So that was me about like graduation high school. Between that now I've lost like 125 pounds.
Hey.
Congratulations.
So
Yeah.
the chin is
Good job.
lost,
No.
and you can see if Tim makes me bigger.
We just see you petting your face. Like,
Right.
Just,
Still, don't
just
test-
casually stroke the neck.
don't test that chin though. She's like Vladimir Klitschko, man. She'll fucking take a hit, keep on coming.
Anyway,
Making an obscure
yeah,
hockey reference.
gentlemen, we need more variety in these
That was a boxing
in
reference,
buttons. I
Brian, but
think.
thank you.
Oh, hell. Same thing.
I think it's a good start, but I think we need a little bit more variety. I think we need some Julio in there, 1 and
Oh,
2.
no,
Honestly,
There's more. There's going to be more. This is just what I have
Okay.
so far.
okay.
I mean, honestly, Carl, a hockey
Yeah,
game
where's
is
Julio?
just
He
a
here?
boxing match on skates.
You got a
so.
point, Brian.
If anybody can point me to how to use Photoshop or something like that, I will definitely work on more.
Gentlemen, bookmark this, photopia.com. You don't need Photoshop. Browser-based Photoshop. Basically, even Photoshop steals from this guy. So, photopia.com. And anyone in chat, if you need Photoshop in a browser anywhere for free, better than GIMP, better than anything, photopia.com.
Kyle, I don't know what you think you've just given me here.
I've given you the power. Grayskull.
Giving you the ability to learn.
The power to say Adobe, fuck you. I'm not paying $53 a month.
Wow. Yeah, it's worth it. Anyway.
Back what I did
Oh
like,
shit.
for the weird little
All right.
tangent.
We lost branding. We lost branding.
No!
Oh yeah, fuck. Because I took it off because
He likes the raw.
so people could screenshot, and I took the display names
If,
off.
if
I
don't get memes, guys, I will be disappointed.
What's
I'm
that?
fully expecting something.
If I don't get memes, I'm gonna be disappointed because that was hilarious.
Yeah, y'all meme that shit seriously.
Julio, get to it, man.
Something.
I'm gonna close this picture forever. I don't want to see it anymore.
What up, Julio?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Doing good, man.
And I had a scorcher
We
over
working
week,
on it.
didn't we? Me,
Yeah,
taking it
seriously.
easy from wrapping up that Guyver vinyl model. Basically got all the priming done down, everything. It's just about ready to get painted.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna start that off this weekend. Had a rough week, so don't really feel like working on that one right now. But I did work on the base just a little. Let me get this thing off there. I did work on the base just a little, not too bad, not too much. Bit of a little desert feel to it. Drilled out the, bore out the holes on the bottom here, the little pigs
No
on the
way.
back. So
Very nice.
Oh, that's Borat.
Whoa.
Nice.
So, yeah, gonna paint that one up. But right now, just relaxing. Gonna snap build this Geminus that I keep on putting on the back burner. The P Bandai expansion is gonna be shipping out in like a week or so. So might as well get this thing nice and ready for that.
Mm,
But outside of that, just relaxing from a hectic work week.
true.
Yeah, I think we all are, man. Been rough.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, this week was fucking bananas, man. There's just too many projects going on, and not enough of us in the office. And a lot of that responsibility falls on me, so you can imagine I'm just like running all over the place trying to get like 20 things done at once.
Yeah.
But
I know the
glad it's over. Glad we got this long weekend.
Yeah.
Enjoying myself a little bit of soju here. And well deserved. Just figured.
I'd say
hang out
so.
with you guys.
Sure.
I would say
Very
so.
good. Very good.
Where's
All
my
right.
doppelganger? Where's Julio? I see him in the chat.
Dude,
Verizon is pegging this man right now.
yeah. Evidently,
Really?
it's a tri-state issue. So yeah, so that part of the country is kind of messed up right now. So
Really? Damn.
Have you
okay.
guys been getting storms? Because I know up here we've been getting a bunch of nasty little storms, and that's been messing with everything. I
yeah.
had to get a new phone because I shattered mine yesterday. So I went into Metro, and it took them 3 hours to get it up and working with the new phone. Because we had some nasty storm rolling, and they're like 2 or 3 towers down. It's been crazy.
yeah, I mean there were a bunch of bad storms that rolled here this week. There was a tornado that touched down probably, I don't know, maybe 50 miles from where I live, but still, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So it's rough. What's this, Brian?
That is Down Detector for my cable provider.
Oh shit! And it's just
Oh,
like the whole
Jesus.
Long Island-ish area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, down through Jersey into PA in New York,
That sucks.
Damn.
Connecticut too. Yeah, you know. So if I'm choppy, sorry.
No, it's cool, man.
Happy.
Cable providers, get your shit together.
Mhm.
Anyway, so a little bit of an update from Brian's show last night. I was it after the show that we blew up that Instagram account?
Yes, sir.
It was after, I think.
Yeah. All right. So after the show, who found it?
Manny. That was Manny.
Manny. Yeah.
Manny. Okay. Manny found this wonderful Instagram account, you guys, and a lot of us have shared it in our stories and things like that on Instagram. And it's a Japanese person, and the Instagram account started at what, 30 some, like
30
low
something.
30s
He
last time?
He started at 31.
Yeah.
31 followers.
And for those of you wondering, this is the account is Chayam Mokatsu. Yeah,
Mokatsu.
underscore Mokatsu. Yeah. It's in my Instagram story if anybody is wanting to go and take a look at this, and it's in a bunch of our Instagram stories as well. But before we started, sharing it in the stories, he had 31, and now this account is up to 265. Oh, excellent! Thank you, Pabs.
You're welcome.
See, this
Yeah,
is how
so
you paint spoons.
Got that mechanism bump.
very
Yeah.
amazingly detailed, and I mean even if you don't read or speak Japanese,
Mhm.
you know exactly what he's doing. He's going through different primary colors, different grades, and showing you
Yeah.
the effect of those underbases with your colors, both on and off. So you can see right
Yeah.
there, it's substantial. He reviews it very well. Like it's very, very good.
The man saving
Like, this is how you
spoons
do it.
worldwide. That's what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah. And it gives you a good representation of what the color actually is going to look like, because, if you look at the color, if you look at the cap, obviously the cap's not a great indicator of how the color is going to come out. But even if you look at the paint itself, if you unscrew the cap or look from the bottom, that's still not a great indicator of how the paint's actually going to spray and cure. Where this, I can only assume, gentleman, has done the Gumpla God's work here, and sprayed out all these spoons and with different color primers, and has really displayed it just really professionally.
Yeah.
And it's just great. It's a great
I'll
resource.
say. Go ahead, Jonathan.
I was gonna say I have like the Mr. Color Pink he does, and I would have never known without this going through the different shade tone that I'd like it better with the gray primer than I would with the white primer.
There you go.
Well, I'll say this much: if you plan on doing something like this, make sure aim for the goal of doing it better than the company itself. Because I mean, even Mr. Color doesn't do it this thorough and this well.
Mm-hmm. And uniform presentation, so nothing's different between colors. So you know what exactly is the next. You can see the next slide and be like, oh, okay, so that's what's going to look like with gray, black. Doing the Lord's work, yo.
This is great.
You go, Pabs. I'm sorry.
No. All I said was this is great. That was my insert.
Yeah.
I didn't want
Yeah, I mean, if you use Mr. Color, this is a fabulous resource.
Yeah. So follow him, man. Channel cuts.
Yeah, he just got stuff. Three more follows.
Since then,
with the old man.
yeah. And he's not all that active, honestly. Like like he doesn't have many posts, but the posts he has are just full of information. Like this is meaningful content. This isn't him kind of just slap-handedly putting shit on spoons and not having primer underneath them and saying, hey, this is how it's going to look accurately. That's not how it works, man.
I guess this is just the kind of content you post when you don't have a mass following.
Absolutely.
This is almost almost scientific.
Oh, I know.
Like
I
almost
know.
scientific in a way, you know.
Oh, I know. You know.
This is one of my favorite posts because look at the differences, right, of using different primers right here on this green. Like this is one green, and look at the difference in shade. It's a beautiful example of what you can do with when you know what you're doing.
Pabs, my favorite would have to be when he did the Mr. Color Fluorescent Orange. I think if you scroll up.
Is this one right here? Or is...
This
is
is
the
the gun color.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Fluorescent orange.
That
This
one.
one?
There you
Look
go.
at the
Yeah.
difference between using the gray and the dark gray primer.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would have never even guessed it.
Well, it's
Well, even
mahogany
just
and then
between them.
black, right? Yeah.
Mahogany.
Well, even just between the white and the gray, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, even that's
That's
drastic.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't use Mr. Color a lot. I've just started getting some in. So I wouldn't have known beforehand what the shades would look like.
Gotcha.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if this guy is ever going to expand, and not just do Mr. Color, but if there are, there are people who like to use, say Gaia or, Finisher, or whatever, any color, you guys can do something like this, and it would be meaningful, and people will pay attention and look at it. And I mean, this is amazing. I do enjoy.
And again, this is just 4 primers too. I mean, it's mostly the main primers most people use, but there's a lot of primers out there. So if anyone has this idea, I mean, there's still a lot of paint and a lot of primers that would be a good resource for.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at the
If people,
pictures of that one.
Ooh,
this one right here.
It's dramatically different.
Basically, go to
So-
macaroni to chocolate with that. So there you go.
So follow this man.
Follow him,
this
yeah.
woman.
Yeah, this is extremely useful for a lot of people.
The Instagram name is right here, Chiam Mokats.
Jam_Mokats.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Some nice old man in Japan's just having his phone blow up like the last 8 hours. He's
Yeah, for real,
what's
right?
going on?
Looking at his phone. Kore nani? Nani
There it
kore?
is.
What the fuck?
Shane, Nickel, myself. Nice.
Like, how the hell did I get 200 some odd followers?
If you're watching the stream,
24 hours?
it was
Like,
Manny.
what?
It wasn't us.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
All credit to Manny for finding
Yeah.
this particular account.
Absolutely.
270 now. Good job, guys. Well done.
It doesn't say if he has any other accounts, so no
I'll check
idea.
Twitter. Let me
Yeah, we
see
can
if
check
he has-
Twitter. You guys can search.
Since this is all he ever did, just hats off to the man.
Hold on, Pat. Don't move that name just yet. Nope.
No, so he just works solely on Instagram. There you go.
Hey, this
There you
reminds
go.
me very much of a post I saw earlier this week. One
Can
of the
you-
Facebook groups.
Can you imagine this man blowing up bigger than, say, like a typical reposter?
I wish.
That kind of following for this guy? Come on.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
man's
it would
doing
be great,
it.
right?
Yes, that would be awesome.
That would be
I
amazing.
can only hope
Quality
for something that
content we
wonderful.
crave.
It's true.
He's the hero we need.
Really, I mean, after this week, I would 100% agree with you, John. And I don't usually 100% agree with you. Usually I stick at the 65.
Pads, let's
Yeah.
be honest here. It's mainly a 25% agreeability, and it once in a while.
I try to give you the benefit of the doubt. That 35 is just the pessimist in me.
See, Pabs know when you go past 85% of agreeing John Lennon, you get into what lawyers call co-conspirator territory,
Yeah.
and you don't want to be in that territory.
I ain't getting indicted, bro. Not today.
All right.
Not
Kyle-
today. Not today,
Unindicted
Jesus.
co-conspirator.
Kyle, it's actually funny. I have to create a mock crime scene for my semester course now, and I'm doing the one that we went over in my live
get-
stream the other
Do you get to
night.
choose the victims?
Yes, I get to write everything as long as I do the
Oh.
paperwork right.
Oh no!
I
maybe
have
some
it already
John Lennon.
totally planned.
Some degen mechanism clue going on in John Lennon's thesis over here.
Yeah. John Lynn, I swear to you, if you don't use our names as like characters in this story, I am going to be severely
Do
disappointed.
you want me to make you eyewitnesses?
Who was the jilted lover,
I mean,
John Lennon? That's all I want to know.
I could be the victim for all I care. I don't
No.
whatever.
I mean, okay, I'll share all the paperwork when I get done if you want
It
to.
was Julio in the study with a bag of shit.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you want to
Smothered
read reports and stuff,
What's
Timothy
that?
Timothy Hart arrested. 25 small baggies of cocaine. Up to that.
Mr. Harkins, why were you traveling with 25 weasels in your trunk? I don't know how they got there, sir. Really?
Endangered Suriname weasels.
I was driving through New Hampshire and I blacked out. And they were just there.
These aren't
Is
mine. I
that Big
swear.
Chirp 1 found it? There you go. And Dave B says digital swatch for painting. Absolutely.
Yeah. Most deaf.
John
Nice.
Lennon. Gunpla Crimes Unit.
Yeah, right.
Dun dun.
My
These
perfect
Their stories.
I'm gonna make this so outlandish, but it's gonna be so correctly done that they can't say anything about it.
I mean, go for it, yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Will John
Alright,
Lennon be able to crack the case?
Dun, 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 dun,
I need to get a
dun.
Sherlock Holmes hat. I just need to get one of those hats. Give me
I got one, John Lennon. I'll send it to you. Got the pipe too.
Oh, here we go. 25.
25.
Fuck, where's the other 5? We don't talk about those other 5.
Cut that off the top.
Those
Don't
other
pull the boss.
5s are for Tim's hands only and God's eyes. Okay, I don't want to think of overview.
You can, from what John Lynn has told me, if you can fit 2 raccoons in the human anus, I'm sure I could fit those 5 in Julio's.
So like 8 inches. Big one.
Anyway. All right. So with that being said, let's get to let's transition here to some DMC. Yeah?
Segue.
Hey, that was silky smooth.
Very
Not really, but hey, whatever.
Segue.
All right, so let's get through the questions on Instagram first, and then we've got some special DMCs that were donated graciously by our boy Mr. Julionius. Yeah, and they're good ones too. We're gonna have fun with those. They're I can't wait, honestly. I think they're going to be really good. All right, so let's get through the ones on Instagram here real quick first. Jay Shack, who is that? I don't know. How many hands can Tim catch if Tim could catch hands?
Just about as much as if he could catch wood.
I don't catch that wood.
There you go.
Mm,
There's
no,
your answer
sir,
right there.
not me. I ain't catching wood. Nope. Anyway,
You seen lumber prices these days? Jesus.
Yeah. I would catch it all day. I need it. Give me that lumber.
Wow.
Crazy. Anyway, let's see. Kobayashi Zaku on Instagram wants to know: can England win the Euros? Is football finally coming home?
Football is fucking coming home.
Oh, they
Sean.
You
They
mean
could.
soccer?
No,
Yes.
football is coming home. All right.
Because
It's been
training camp hasn't even started on football yet. That's like still like a month away.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
listen, after the 2-0 win against Germany, I believe it's coming home.
Yeah.
Just between me and you, Pabs, that Mueller miss though. Ooh, I could feel your butthole pucker up from over here, man. Just fucking-
Yeah, it did, and then I laughed a good 20 minutes.
yeah. That's what you get.
Nice. All right. Well,
For-
Kobayashi Zaku, there you go. I mean, from the one person that, or two people, I should say, that have any idea of what you're even referencing, hopefully that helps.
International.
Thank you for the question.
Thanks.
RCP Gunpla over there on Instagram wants to know, what do you use to cut out smaller pieces of plastic from a large sheet? I mean, a hobby knife is like the first one, I would say.
Mhm.
I mean, I use a chisel sometimes for really accurate cuts and just chisel right through the plastic. Anybody else got any other?
I found out that my Cricut can cut it.
Yeah, but what thickness though?
I don't know, like one of the sheets.
It can it can
Extra
only go up.
thick.
It can only go up to 0.3, Jonathan. It's a 0.3
Yeah.
styrene.
So it
This is as high as it
probably-
goes.
It probably 0.3 then.
So if you need to cut thicker, you'll have to stack them, like essentially after you cut. So just cut
Yeah.
like several layers of the same thing and then just stack them.
Oh, speaking of 0.3, that 0.3 millimeter plastic that jogged my memory. Have you guys seen the new Wave
Yeah,
punch
yeah.
that
Yes.
they're coming out with?
Yep.
Did see
It
that.
looks pretty
I think
cool. I'm not
that
gonna
thing's
lie. I
gonna be
might have to
nice.
get one of those.
I've,
Yeah.
I've
think
already
it's gonna be
I've
nice.
already contacted interested parties.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting two of those things.
Nice.
Pabs just sends a magazine letter, torn out letter. Give it to me.
Yeah,
I
right.
threw it at him. I was like, I have a need.
A mighty
Yeah.
need.
Money,
I
go.
want to see what that thing can do. So
Yeah, I'm
I
interested.
mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, it can only go to 0.3 millimeters. And let me see if I can find the thingy here, because I retweeted it on Twitter.
Instagram. Oh, it's on Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah, because I retweeted the wave post here. Let's see. Come on. Why? Oh, okay. There we go. Here it is. Yeah. Booyah. All right. Let me do the screen share thingy. Share. Screen share. You get this one and allow, and then
The infinity.
yeah, for real.
Oh,
All right. So yeah, so here's
It's essentially a very special looking hole punch.
yeah, basically that, you know.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Yeah. So it's pretty damn cool. Like here, let's go. So yeah, so you got you know, it can cut these kind
Yeah.
of scalloped almost.
This is like a
Lines.
scrapbook making tool.
Basically, yeah, but for Gunpla nerds, you know, like
Yeah. Specifically geared, but it's the same concept. That's pretty smart.
Stamp the wave name on it.
yeah,
The nerds will come.
right?
So
But yeah, I mean, look at it. It punches two at a time, which is nice
I do like that.
because you can either stack them or offset them. You can make like, you know, little heat sinks and all that stuff too.
now I'm wondering if
No,
it's
I
going to have
think
like,
it's
interchangeable templates for the cut, or if it's just going to have multiple little cutters for different shapes.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like it'll be individual cutters because they're going to have two, right?
Mhm.
They have this one, and then they have more of an offset kind of one with the distances between the scallops
Mm-hmm.
kind of more random, so where you can cut the strip into smaller pieces. But I really like the look of this last one here with just those little kind of long hexagon openings. I dig that a lot.
And if you ever wanted to make styrene lasagna, your time has come.
Word, right?
Mm.
Look at this. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty
Tasty.
cool. Let's see where shopping. Let's go to Hobby Search. And for those of you that don't know about Hobby Search, this is probably one of the best sites in Japan. Shipping is still high no matter what, but I think their hobby tool selection is almost second to none. And then right
There it
here,
is.
look at this here. There's
There's two types.
There's both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we took a look at the first one. Here's the second one. This is you can see down here at the pattern. It's more kind of offset. There's longer, graduating down to shorter little scallops there.
Illustrator dotted line. There you go.
Yeah.
What was that?
And,
1,600 yen on that?
I think so. We'll go back and take a
Yeah,
look.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
Um,
it's about $15.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
But this one
totally
just-
price pointed right. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And this one punches out just one side of the strip. And there you go. And then you can you see there the differences in lengths and all that, which is it's a nice variety. And then you can cut them out however you want. And this is a really good illustration on how to utilize these things. You can stack them and for vents and heat sinks and all sorts of fun little details that you can do. I mean, that right there, that's simplistic. That's great, right? Like,
It's a world
just
of difference.
awesome looking. Yeah. It's very trick. I mean, it's nice. And here you can see the two, HT 436 and then 437, how they differ, which is a nice comparison there. So yeah, I saw this and I was kind of hyped about it. And I'm like, yo, I think I need this too. Yeah. So 16.
Just this and the chopper will get it done real quick.
Mhm.
I mean, stuff like this
Right.
usually takes me a long time. Fucking long
Yeah.
time.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
saving
this
you like
is-
3 line cuts, and you can stack
Yeah.
it twice if you got to do it multiple times, and boom, that's a lot of time saved on that little bastard. So,
Yeah, this is a great little time saving tool. So
But
very good.
yeah, obviously, I'm assuming they're going to make at least 4 or 5 more variants of that because, if you just give me 2, I'm going to want more of those things.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Mhm.
I mean, they're probably testing the waters to see how they sell, but I mean, Just-
if they could
just
do some like semicircular ones, like
right?
in and out, like negative and positive. Ooh,
Yeah, different
Ooh.
ring sizes and stuff.
Mhm.
That'd be sweet.
Dope.
So, but yeah, you guys. So pretty damn cool stuff coming from Wave. So that gets released end of this month?
hells yeah.
July 1 is pre-order. Late July is release date. So yeah, so probably end of this month, beginning of next. So get your orders in. Talk to your individual brokers that
I'm not too
have the hookup and
I'm
all
not too
that.
familiar with Wave, but do they make a lot of tools? I know they made some kits
Oh,
here and
yeah.
there.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wave is probably one of the oldest bigger companies in Japan that has made tools. Like the T squares that I use. This guy right here. That's by Wave, right?
Nice.
Yeah, and back when Haikyuu and all the other Japanese decal makers didn't exist, they were the first ones to start making third-party water slide decals and stuff, which was really nice. Just general decals, but not kit specific. But yeah, they've been around for years and years and years, but have unfortunately kind of faded a little bit.
I was only aware of them through. I was gifted a very lovely Christmas gift. Was the colony settlement model that they made? The very cool kind of side 3, very Gundam looking colony model.
Nice.
But yeah, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
I'll
Wave's
say this much
Wave's a good
about-
company.
Yeah, I'll say this much about Wave. For as long as they've been around, their quality hasn't really dropped.
Yeah, no, yeah. Except for their chisels suck.
Oh, they've never improved those ever.
It's always a catch.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for just tearing up plastic and just removing material, but other than that, no.
You saw that I
sir.
got that. You saw that I got that like $10 chisel set, right, Tim? You got
Which
it in
one?
The past. The one you got in the past, like the red.
Oh,
the
yeah,
red
yeah.
anodized handle with the knurling on it.
Oh, the Amazon one. The $5
Yeah,
one?
super cheap, super duper cheap. Just to
Yeah.
something to beat up, just to something to get ugly with.
Yeah.
Just get angry with it.
I'm not
I think
angry.
that's better quality. I think that thing's better quality than the Waves, but that's just my opinion. Anyway,
That's funny.
Thomas
So
Staten
Thomas
wants to
Staten.
know who does Wave ship through. I know they do
Hobby search.
FedEx, and then they do what's the domestic shipping over there?
Pre-pandemic, they did the EMS, SAL,
EMS.
and FedEx. Since the pandemic started, they've stopped doing EMS. They do still do surface shipping, and I do believe they still do FedEx, but it's a little bit more pricier now.
I did hear that EMS was slowly coming back to some companies.
Slowly coming back.
Very slowly. Yeah, I think it was either Mandarake or somebody who was going back to EMS.
Yeah, I
Very
mean
slow.
it's unfortunate, but Japan's still in the thick of things.
Mhm.
Where I think
So is Australia.
the U.S. is
like,
yeah. Well, Australia's overly conscious of things. Like if one or two people contract it, boom, lockdown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like they're
Well,
heavy-handed.
my old job, we used to ship wholesale to Australia, and they were the only country of all the countries we shipped to that said, no, you have to ship on a plastic pallet because we don't want any of your termites, we don't want any of your insects, nothing. So they're very,
Well,
they're
that's very smart.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons why we have shipped like our invasive ants is because wood pallets from
Mhm.
cargo ships and crap.
Yeah.
so you just gotta get that
the
hard
red
wood
fire-
that they can't permeate,
the red fire ants that you see down in Texas and stuff, those are actually invasive, and they're only here like 15
No, don't remind me.
years.
Don't remind me about those gentlemen. Those
Um,
big, juicy suckers.
it takes for the colony to fully mature before it starts putting off new queens. And since I want to say a little over 3 years, it can dominate like, I want to say a mile of land.
Dominate.
The colonies. The colony will co-host. Fun and facts,
John Lynn,
everyone.
insect queen.
Right.
I was going
Thank
to
you,
school
John
for entomology.
Okay.
The expert entomologist here.
John Lynn, the mosquito monarch of New Hampshire.
Hey.
Oh, fuck mosquito. Go faster can die in hell.
All right. So last question that we have from Instagram. This is a good one, I think. This is from Poly Hobby, formerly known as Big Goof Ben. Ben writes, should Gunpla be an escape or a platform for opinions, like influencing politics or social matters?
Why not both?
That's not what I would do with it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has their own asshole about it, right?
Yeah. So one rule of thumb that I've always tried to follow since the beginning is I have two rules in terms of how I used to run the Chata Mecha forums back in the day. No religion, no politics. Those are the only two rules. Aside from common sense, like don't be a dick, etc., etc. But those were the two kind of full stop hard rules, you know? So, and that's, you know, I think it's an individual choice, right? I think it's an individual choice. I particularly don't wade into either one of those territories. I just like to keep it, you know, about the hobby, you know? If there's something that I feel very, very passionate about, and there has been a couple things in the past where I've felt passionate about, but I think those few things were, I think, affecting people that I knew directly in the moment, then I've posted and said stuff about them. But for the grand scheme of things, and and the kind of the overall, I don't know. I try not to mix it up on the hobby side of things. On my personal side, my personal accounts and everything, that's a completely different story. I'll say what I feel and all that. But for me personally, no, I keep it relatively on task, so to speak. So what do you guys think?
Unfortunately, with the social groups I run around with, as you guys know, there's a lot of shit that they get in this hobby.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of my trans friends and all that will shit on in this hobby very much. I will open my mouth and I will make statements. I don't care. This hobby, much like everything else, can be a platform for social awareness.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it affects somebody directly that yeah, I think that's a justified course of action.
I mean, for anybody that does follow me, I don't really talk about that. Anybody who is friends with me on Facebook, I tend to keep my opinion on both religion and politics out of the public eye in general. Just because I want to focus in on what I like to do, and that's not talk about politics or religion.
Yeah.
So I like to build. I like to build things. I like to show people what I'm building, and hopefully you can take away something from that build. I like to keep it educational. I like to keep it informative, and I like to keep it cool as shit. So yeah, that's my side of it. Right? I mean, and I feel like both Brian and I have that same kind of opinion, especially when it comes to Instagram. Like, we like to just keep it strictly model based.
Try to keep it pretty low key.
Yeah,
as best I can. I will get a little chatty about some stuff on my other accounts. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go tell a certain senator they're a piece of shit if I need to on Twitter. But other than that, I usually try to keep it pretty chill because that's not what it's about,
Yeah.
yeah. The robot is right. I agree.
Damn it! Am I really that bad?
Every
That
now and
was
then,
one of the results.
Data.
It fluctuates.
every now and then it gets auto tuned. Like,
Wild.
yeah.
So basically, I mean, it's your platform. You do what the hell you want with it. Is what I say.
Yeah.
But again, if somebody's coming in to watch a Gunpla stream, they're not, and I'm like, vote Prop 12. Whatever Prop 12 is. Are people really gonna? Is that really what this is? The place for it and all that stuff. That being said, your platforms, and just because you're part of a community doesn't mean your individual spaces are, you're a leader in the community, you should do this, you should do that. It's like, it doesn't work that way, bud. Just because like if you come to my stream and you are making somebody in my stream feel uncomfortable because of X, Y, Z, then I'm going to tell you to hit the damn road. Like, get out of here. This is my place, and the people I want in here, everyone's invited to my place. So I don't care your creed, sex, whatever, all that stuff. It's kosher. If you like Gundam, you want to come in and build some models, talk shit, I don't care where you're from.
Can I come over and eat your food?
Bet your ass you can.
Word.
Can I see your
As long as I can
card?
try on your clothes and make sure that they fit, because I want to see how tight they are.
No.
But
I don't think it really has a place. It kind of shouldn't. I mean, it's a hobby. You do it to relax. You do it for fun. You do it to get better over time. You want to link up with other like-minded people who enjoy the hobby too. There's all sorts of people from different walks of life, different beliefs, different ideals. Just leave all that at the door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all like the same shit. I mean, personally, I never talk politics with absolutely anyone. Same thing. I never talk religion with absolutely anyone.
Yeah.
I just don't care for it. Just be a person, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there have been a lot of people in this hobby that I have completely 100% we have had completely differing opinions, like polar opposite opinions. But I would still consider them friends and, you know, great builders and stuff. It's like, you know, that stuff is secondary to a person's talent and worth in the hobby at this point. You know, now obviously if they start dragging that shit into the hobby, then I'm going to be like, hey, fuck out of here, you know. But
Like,
for the most part, I think people are just in it for the hobby, you know.
it's
So.
it's the, you know, it's the golden. It's the, go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Julio in chat, I actually agree with you on this one.
What? That the me and Julio got drunk one night and saw God. You
Well,
agree with that?
too.
Probably.
That too.
I don't know about that one.
As long as here's the thing, you can believe whatever you want, do whatever you want, but as long as you're not an asshole, letting people do their thing, it's cool. It's just a hobby, man. And you know, and most like people I know that are streamers and stuff like that, you know, they got that hard rule, you know, no racism, no sexism, no none of this, none of that. And
Yeah.
I've seen them, and they're always like, no, I don't talk politics, I don't talk that, but you know, someone's being an asshole in the chat, you know, yeet.
Yeah.
Somebody's in their
doing a
comments, you know.
giveaway,
like-
like doing a giveaway and excluding one person from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you
I
should
mean,
look to your right, John, and tell me if you're excluded.
And everyone's like, oh, you should use your platform for this or that. I'm like, also, let's remember, CNN's not going to come out like D-list Gunpla builder says this, you know, on YouTube
Yeah.
stream. You know, it's like, let's take a little brevity there. Like, yes, you can promote your causes. Yes, you can do all that. And you got friends, support them, do whatever you want. It's cool. But, I mean, you're not the quarterback of the Cowboys. You're not, you know, take it down.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and that's the thing. I think what it all comes down to is don't be a dick. You know, like you can have your beliefs, you can have your opinions, all that stuff.
Exactly.
But don't be a fucking asshole in the hobby. Like, you know, just keep it model based. And as long as you keep it model based, as long as you keep it hobby, we're not gonna have a fucking issue. You know what I mean? Like, come on, be a decent human fucking being. That's it. That's really it.
Doesn't take too much.
No, it's easy.
Yep.
It's easy. Anyway, I think that was a good question. That very somewhat thought provoking. So Ben, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get to these ones Julio threw at us here a while ago. And Julio, do we want to try to get through all of these, or
As
do you
many
have
as
any
you want.
preferences?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. One thing. Let's see. I like this one. The very first one. Can you learn about a person's personality based on the models that they build? That's a juicy one. I mean,
I'm inclined to say
yes, you can.
Hi, guys. Oh, you want to see what works so far, Onyx?
If that's not John Lynn's personality encapsulated in a fucking huge horror, then I don't know what is.
I actually really like that horror, John. I think that's one of your best ones, if not the best one that I've seen. There's a very kind of modern art, kind of like a
Oh yeah, hold on.
thing
I'm
going on
working
with
on
it.
this dom. It's not coming out as good as I wanted to, but
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think this is a good example that I think you can for the most part, because I mean, John Lynn expresses herself in her art, you know.
and if you know me, missing my brain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, the only thing that are missing are possums and
Mothman.
trash pandas.
Yep,
Mothman.
the man speaks for truth.
Mothman.
I mean,
They'll come around eventually.
I'm not sure you could encapsulate the entire personality of your person, but like you look at some builds and you're like, okay, that guy has patience, that guy has attention to detail, that guy knows what he's
Yeah.
doing. There's little things like that, you know.
Yeah.
But then
But
again,
wouldn't you say that was more of a trait? Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm saying, like it's not like, you know, not like
I mean,
Pab's every build is
Bertrand-
purple or anything like that. You know what I mean? Where like, or
Like-
Tim only does SDs because they're shorter. You know, can't really pick those little things up. But
Little barber toast.
Take those
Well,
little things up.
That'd be a fun thing to do. Do a little build up, keep the picture secret, and then everybody has to guess the build of who built what at the end.
ooh,
Yeah, but I think
Well,
if you found your niche and you have your own little style, then I think it's easy.
Yeah, if you
You know?
establish like a specific art style, like if you look at, say, one of Tim's builds or one of mine, I think you'd be able to pick it out of a lineup very easily.
Yeah. Or
I mean,
John
I
Lynn's
can-
builds. I mean,
Or John Lynn's
I can always
yep,
tell
that's
your build, yours and Tim's build, just because of the level of detail, and I can always tell Brian's build because they're always unique.
yeah.
So that's tough. I mean, it wouldn't be much of a. I mean, for specific ones, like if we did something like that, like we would have to pick very kind of, and then I'm not knocking anybody. Like we'd have to go by the paint by colors types, right? Like we did this, we did like. It'd be hard because
Oh, yeah.
there are a lot of builders out there that have established the style.
and I still think like if you take all the names off, the posts of who did the gunplot, at some point, like kind of in the middle tier, that you like it starts blending together, and it's like, oh, who did
Yeah.
that? And then as you get higher and higher, it gets harder to differentiate work. But I think there's also times where builders do something completely out of left field that goes against what their personality says. So I think you can pick up traits from people's work, obviously, but it gets a little tricky when it really depends on how much customization they do and how much.
I
know,
remember
they're-
when I threw everyone for a curve doing that military Maganac.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
Julio, what do you think, man? You were the writer of this question. What are your thoughts?
I definitely think it can tell you a lot about a person. Not particularly the models they build, but how they go about building the models. For example, I could use you as an example, Tim. I can use you. You're very meticulous with your work. You're very detail oriented, and that shows me that you're a person who, I wouldn't say sweats the small things, but thinks about everything they could possibly cover. And that's kind of a testament to the amount of time that you spend working on these things. Brian, for example, he builds all kinds of shit, but you can kind of, whenever he talks about it, you can see he's passionate about it. He's always doing like these crazy things with it, like that kit that you got from Cam a while back.
Regal.
Yeah, he was like putting like ball joints in it and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff that's kind of out of the norm, and it shows you, Brian's a person who's not afraid to do something out of the norm.
Can't be.
Something not like, I wouldn't say like completely different or out of left field, but it's just like this wouldn't prove it. I'm gonna try it. So he's not afraid to take those risks. Paps is very meticulous. He's very
Make it
clean
better.
with his builds. You can look at any of his builds up close, and you can kind of tell that he's very careful with the application of his paints.
Someone said it. Okay.
but
Jesus.
it just kind of shows you a little bit when you look at those builds up close and really examine them. You can kind of tell what sort of person they are. They actually sit down, they put in the work, and take even somebody who's getting better over time. Somebody who just started maybe like a year or two ago, and now they're doing all sorts of crazy shit. Like you can look at their builds over time and see how they're getting better, how they're like taking steps to get better. The paint application is better, the detail application is cleaner. Things like that. You can kind of tell this is a person that wants to grow, and this is an individual that is doing what they can to get to that point they want to.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So an addendum to that. So say you've never seen Tim's work and you've never seen Pab's work, and level of detail, the Christmas, all that stuff. I mean, it's the crispiness. I say that when like everything is just so.
I thought you said Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah, that's
I
what
know.
I was like. Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
I I saw
Oh, the buttons work here.
I saw it coming.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to one and all. But anyway, so you've never seen Tim or Pab's work, and then you put, let's say, put Airdrop, and you put his Hainu, Pab's Hainu next to each other,
Mhm.
and you try and pick. Okay, who did what? Who did what? You never met these guys. You've never seen their work previously. Who did what? How could you tell which one is which? And you make your inferences and all that, and like the things you're saying, attention to detail. Perfect technique and all that. And I think you have to kind of look at like how modern art is classified and how, like, when you see a Monet, you know it's a Monet. When you see a Picasso, you know it's a Picasso. But it comes down to like three things. It's like style, mood, and technique. And I think technique kind of blends together a bit because you can have two people who have A+ techniques, but it's hard to differentiate, like, objectively, like, okay, who has the better technique? So I think it comes down to mood and style. And this is just my opinion, going to art school and all that. Mood and style kind of sets builds apart. And I think you need more. I'm not sure if Gunpla is the one where you can like put a lineup of people, put 6 Gundams in front of them and say, I feel that's you, bud. I feel that one's you. I feel that's your personality. But it's all about sample sizes, knowing the people you're talking to. But mood and style comes with paint, with color, dioramas. If they have dioramas, what's the story? Because like you can have like really fun action dioramas. Like you could be like the Michael Bay of Gundam, right? Or you could be like the Spielberg of Gundam. You get these like sad, poignant pieces or something like that. I think it's really up into your interpretation of what makes a builder's style their style. What makes the mood their mood. But anyway, got a little philosophical there.
I love you, Bill.
Yo, I know for a fact that you can use StreamYard on your phone. Get on here and talk about this.
Sure, for real. Hurry up.
I streamed a whole stream. Remember the laughing face where my neck is like huge? When I was real thick back during
Brian who
quarantine.
laughs.
Yeah. The gut laugh. Yeah. Do it.
Anyway.
And the problem with determining the personality from the builder is you have to know the personality first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
Like that's If you're trying to determine who's building what, like if it's a bunch of random people that you've never seen their work before, you've never seen or know what their personalities are, that's going to be close to impossible. Like what exactly are you determining? Are you determining their build from what you're looking when you're looking at them? Like it doesn't make sense to me.
I think you said it good though, Pabs. You can determine traits from a build. You can determine this guy's got attention to detail, this guy's patient, or this guy is creative with color or something like that, or really, really likes to pop or likes to stand out. But I don't think you can get the full personality of a build.
So one of my favorite things that happens on critical builds is when a builder starts to submit like very early builds and then submits like more recent builds, because you can see the development. Like for example, Derek Tater Salad is one of them that he brought in his Maganac, and there were some issues with bleeding paint and there were just some general things that he overlooked because he wasn't as experienced as some of the more experienced builders. And he came in recently, I think it was this past episode or the last one, and you can see how much he's improved over that time from that very first build that he submitted to the most recent one. And you're starting to see the development of a style, and and kind of honing in what it is he wants to achieve, and once you start to get that, then you start to put in a little bit more of your personality in there.
Yeah, Derek's a good example because I met him up at Galactic Toys when we were up there a couple years ago, and he was just kind of, I guess, starting out and everything. And the kid seems really down to earth, very passionate about the hobby and everything. And he just wanted to learn, right?
Yeah, he was enthusiastic.
And the progression that the kid's made has just really illustrated that point, which is very, very encouraging. But I think as far as personality traits and stuff like that, just introspectively, if I was to self-analyze and kind of break down my own builds comparing to my personality, you can definitely pull some things out from that. Like Julio said, I am detail oriented. I do have a pretty extreme attention to detail. I don't have great timekeeping skills, time management, I guess is the better terminology.
So like,
What's up?
I like
What's
what
it?
you're saying. You go.
I said build fast.
But,
What, John
like,
Lynn?
what you're saying about like the beginner builds, like I can pull out my first painting kit, and then the latest one. Cause a lot of mine just kind of ended up looking like these 2-color, even tone, very plain little things, and then quib. But my camera did not like the quib. It glitched a lot on this thing.
Hold on. Could you highlight Julio's last comment there? I got a lot of what the fuck is that on my shelf. But that's your personality, Julio. What the fuck is that? Like that that reflects you. So there you go.
For real.
I've heard you say that almost every stream, Julio.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's Mr. Zach Bly out there and chat just popped in.
It is indeed. What's up?
Yeah. What up, Zach?
Zach from Black Toys.
Hi, Zach.
Yeah, and that's not to say that you don't also develop a personality from what you're doing, like in terms of building too. I feel like I've done that as I've gotten into more complicated builds, whether it's a resin kit or a kit bash or something scratch built. Like I feel like a couple of years ago, if I tried to attempt something like that, I wouldn't have been able to do it either as well or at all. And that's just purely from kind of, again, just kind of learning and dedicating myself to trying to be the absolute best that I can be. And and I feel like I've developed a couple of both good and bad traits from it.
I will say there. Oh, I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna agree fully with Pabs on this one because I've seen a lot of people who, like, even a year ago started, and their behavior and like their patterns and all that, you can recognize development, even in like confidence in what they're doing, and it's so great.
Yeah.
I will say, and this is kind of a mushy story, but bear with me here.
Hold on, let me get my tissues, bro.
Yeah. I was at an IPMS show here in Denver.
Oh my god, it's already started.
Mm-hmm. And there was a kind of a middle-aged man, and it was obviously like, most of the model cars and all that, and the plates and all that. And he had a very, very poignant diorama. It was, I believe it was like a '67 Chevelle or Pontiac. I can't remember the guy's name, but I can't remember the car. But it was a model of the car, and it was an old man and the son, and they were working on the car. And he said that this model was of him and his dad building this car when they were younger, or working on it like on the weekends. And he said it was just a very, very personal build. And I don't think you see that in Gunpla, but that doesn't mean there isn't room for it, obviously. But I mean, like that's the most personal, like, pull your personality out of a model kit I've ever seen. And that model stuck with me. Nothing special, just a car, two guys, a toolbox, and a little rolling rack, and it was just. But that was a very, very personal model, and I was like, yeah, that one hit me. So, not saying there isn't room for that in Gunpla, but yeah, it's a little, personality is what stories you tell, and if you can tell it through a model, then more power to you. So
yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think that's a great question there, Julio. So I think definitely one we might have to explore further in the future, because I think there's more to it, and I think we're only scratching the surface right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, honestly, I think we could have an entire show based on this one question. But I do want to get some of these other questions in here, because I think Julio has got some really fucking good ones here. So
I call them bangers.
They are, man. They're really
bangers.
good. Really good.
I call them
I don't know. I thought they were pretty bad.
Dude, no, I think these are good. I think these are good, man. If you and honestly, brother, if you have more, fucking post more, because these are great.
I mean, sure.
Like these are deep DMC
He's not a man,
questions.
that Julius.
Honestly, as you know, as much as I enjoy the what do you think of this kit and how do you do stuff like this?
Mhm.
I do quite enjoy more of this where I'm working my brain and I'm stretching those muscles.
Your personality
So,
does show through your DMC questions, y'all. So make sure. It's good.
Bangers. Give us
So,
some bangers.
Yeah. So the next one here, which is, I mean, completely polar opposite of the previous question, but I think it's still a really, really good one. Which hobby tool do you think is severely overrated, and which one do you think is severely underrated? I'll go first then. Overrated, God hands.
Oh, sure.
In my opinion. Underrated, the Chopper 2. Like, come on. God hands, you don't. Do you need God hands? No. Are they going to change the way you build? No. Are they going to change the quality of your build? No. Yeah. See, Brian, thank you. There you go.
I keep that thing.
Are they? Yeah, dude. I would show mine, but it's packed away right now.
Yeah, I got mine under a mess over here on the desk right next to me, so I'm not even going to dig that out.
But I mean, I'm not going to tell anyone how to spend their money, but in my personal opinion, I think God hands are just a fucking waste. And with how brittle they are, and every day, like every single day, you see a post on Facebook, one of these groups saying, "Rest in peace, God hands," where they broke it and everything. And it's just like, come on, dude, really? You're not supposed to do that.
Get yourself some USA Gundam store nippers.
Yeah, exactly. I could save $20-$30 and buy USA Gundam nippers or Tamiya 123s and be completely good.
Get your Tamiya 123s. That's exactly what I used, Tim. I use literally both of those. I use and the USAGs. Always.
They're an amazing combo. So yeah, I think you could save yourself $20-$30 of your hard-earned money, and buy a quote unquote inferior nipper, and then just do a little work. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Exactly. Let me see something here. There is a gentleman on YouTube. Oh shit, and I can't remember the guy's name now. And he's done so many great modeling videos, and he did this one where Paul Budzik, there we go. Scale Model Workshop is the YouTube channel, you guys.
Yeah, pretty big in the like the normal model.
Yeah, he's a fucking just gem. His videos are a treasure. And he did a very, very in-depth review of different nippers across brands and stuff like that. And he even, had God hands. He had the nippers from what was it, Gundam Shop and stuff like that too.
Will Pattison did another one of these as well.
What's that?
Will Pattison did one of those as well with nippers.
Really? Okay.
And then he got into the engineering of like what mechanically happens with the nippers and stuff, which is cool too.
Yeah.
Because Paul Budzik is a saint. But yeah, please.
Yeah. But and it's a great video of showing how the nippers work and the quality of the cuts and everything like that and what you can and can't do with them. And at the end of his review, he chose the Tamiya 123s as the winner over God hands and stuff like that as far as best nippers are concerned. So that kind of goes to show you what you should and shouldn't invest in. Listening to these old school guys, I mean, that have a completely wealth of knowledge is extremely, extremely valuable. But on the flip side of that, the underrated, I mean, come on, like you can see here, I think most of us have a Chopper 2. And I know for me, after I got it and started using it to its full potential, it completely changed the way that I build. I can cut plastic with it. I can cut scribing templates with it. I can cut, damn near anything that will cut with that razor blade, and it really has completely changed the way that I build. And it's a beautiful simple tool, and I think that's in my opinion completely underrated. So we're gonna bring in Mr. Z Ronan.
Hey.
What up, Z?
What up, guys?
Mr. Z.
What's going on? Z?
Okay, so on this topic, a quick disclaimer: I have worked
preach.
with God Hands in the past, right? Like I've worked with the company and we've had communications and all that stuff. So I am I have to stay quite impartial because I've tested their stuff and they're good. They're great. They're great nippers, but your mileage will vary depending on what you are expecting of them. I will agree, and I'm always honest with any and all reviews and all that stuff I've talked about in the past. I will agree that they are 100% overrated. All right, they over engineer the simplicity of what nippers are for. And I mentioned it in my review that it really just depends on what you think you are going to be able to achieve if you get these. And a lot of people are going like, okay, so I'm never going to see any cut marks or the straining of the plastic. That's not true. You will get those regardless of what nippers you get, whether you get a $60 God Hand nipper or a $10 pair of Zurons. It's just if you know what you're doing, or you've kind of put in the work and the hours into using any and all nippers. And believe me, I have used a whole bunch of nippers.
That's a lot of nippers.
Yeah, I've used a whole bunch of nippers. If you know what you're doing, it doesn't matter what you use, because you will always find a way to be able to get the results that you need. It's not about the tool; it's about you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Brian, I know you've worked with a lot of tools in your career. What do you think is overrated and underrated?
Underrated, a good quality sharp file.
Ooh,
Definitely highly underrated.
call. Yeah,
It
nice.
does require a little bit of skill to use a very sharp file and to keep it that way, but that is definitely underrated by far. Overrated, fancy printed on cutting mats. You don't need it. I mean, it's a kitschy
yeah.
kind of thing, but it's cool. And I get it. Like, someday maybe I'll buy one of those cutting mats that have like the drawing on it or some shit. But I'm like, just gonna get fucked up anyway. Most of the time it's covered with stuff too, so you don't see it.
I didn't get to say my underrated thing. A good pair of tweezers. I think is something that's a lot of people overlook.
Yep.
Something nice and straight. Hold on to those small things.
Sharp.
Dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
Julio's right.
100% agree.
That's
And
a
I
good one,
agree with
Julio.
Julio. I was just gonna say anything Dispaye, fucking overrated.
Once again, I gotta stay impartial because I do work also with this pay.
Mr. Brand representative here.
I think Display has some wonderfully engineered tools, but that engineering adds to the cost, right?
Yeah, and again, it's that God hand problem again. There are very simple solutions to some of the things that they over engineer. Like their circle cutter is I feel way too overcomplicated for something very simple that you can do with something a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So
Like with the OFO cutter.
Oh yeah, the awful cutter is fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Ceramic
Julio in the
scrapers.
chat. Yeah, Julio out in the chat said these are great ones. Sarah Canada, you can get these from Volks USA. I think it's like they're like the ceramic doll division is where you can get these ceramic scrapers. Yeah. There's another one too that I haven't gotten yet, but they're great.
And let me backpedal a little bit on that Best Buy comment. It's not that they're overrated because I guess they're overhyped. It's all made in China, knockoff of something else, probably for the most part, like the paint mixer for that matter. Right? The Vice is, from what it looks like, a very usable tool. That Vice, and some of the other, like I would love to have a metal ruler, like a drafting style ruler, but you can get that in another brand too for half the cost.
I will respectfully disagree because with when it comes to Dispay, they've been around what, maybe 10 years, 10, 11 years. And
Probably
if you,
longer than that.
a little bit longer, yeah. But I mean, even like in terms of actually pushing out tools, I mean, their stuff in the early days were terrible, very bad. Like they fell apart. They weren't up to snuff. I mean, they were competing with Wave and Sujiborido at the time, and they just could not compete. And I think what people are hyping up about when it comes to Dispay is that their quality, both in terms of control and product, has significantly increased in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
and it's something
I
I've
would take
definitely
your
noticed.
word for that, but a lot of the people that I've seen hype them up are people that are like, "Hey, I started building 3 months ago. I gotta have everything red."
Yeah, but you have at some point you have to separate the people that are
Right.
that are douchebag influencers with the
Yeah.
company itself. The company is just
agreed.
trying to sell some product,
Mhm.
and they don't care ultimately, and that's marketing, right? So
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
I've seen Dispay products for years before they started bringing their stuff North America side, especially on like Taobao back years and years ago when I started delving into that. Dispay was all over the place, and it was the shit. And honestly, I think a lot of places kind of bit off their stuff. So I don't know this for a fact, but I think a lot of the R&D that went into their tools were probably done by them. So yeah, because like especially with the circle cutter, right? Theirs was the first circle cutter like that I had ever seen. And then over the years, you start to see knockoffs, especially on Taobao, start to pop up, and these little one-off brands and like U-Star and shit like that, but especially with the Vice, with the circle cutter, with their the tray, the glue tray that they have that are made for like the Tamiya extra thin square bottles and stuff. They were the first ones. Yeah, they were the first ones that I saw on Taobao starting to carry those. So I kind of think they were the originators on that, but I can't say with 100% certainty.
I will say this much about Dispay. The biggest thing that they've done within the last decade was hire a decent marketing manager. Because now, I mean, like they were, like Tim said, like they were relatively unknown in the West until they hired a guy that knew what he was doing, knew what he was saying, and knew how to reach out. And they've knocked it out of the park in terms of really getting their name out, both in China and here. It's pretty astounding to know that at least that first person that came in and go, listen, we need to establish what we are as a brand and what we do, and make sure that our name is related to quality and like a certain kind of niche. And I can't say anything bad about that, because like, oh, that's fucking impressive.
I mean, whoever runs their IG is fucking hilarious.
I mean, it's all marketing, dude. I mean, in marketing, all is fair in love and war. It's all about getting your product out there to the most eyes and to the most potential buyers. You know what I mean? So anyway, they're going to do that. They're going to do that.
Just everyone beware. I mean, Fire Festival had great marketing, so there you go.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always that chance, right?
Yeah,
There's always that chance you're going to get Ja Rule handing you a cheese sandwich in the morning.
What would Ja say?
What would Ja
help
do?
us, Ja Rule?
Yeah.
What would Ja do?
Hey, listen,
Here you go.
bro,
Have a cheese sandwich.
I've been in Babylon too
yeah,
long.
for whatever I said, I'm still gonna get that Vice, all right, and maybe that circle cutter. But it's just like I've not heard of them like prior to maybe the beginning of this year. I was like, I can't even pronounce his name. I don't know who they are, and everything red just started popping up everywhere, and I was just like, all right, looks like everybody's just jumping on them. Look, I got this candy red tool set that matches everything else.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
But and then Pab started doing their videos and shit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
now I gotta have it too.
There's lowercase z.
Hi, buddy.
What up, little Yusef? How's it going, bro?
He's the one who egged me on to come. I was in there watching, playing with him. And he's like, "Can you go on there? You're not on the Gundam party."
I was like,
This
get
is-
outta
this
here.
is-
Get out of here.
This so little Yusef is the prime example of a good influencer. All right,
There you go.
Because
Yeah.
Z over here would be a shut-in, wouldn't talk to anybody, sit in the corner and talk mad mess about people. But Yusef would be
Word.
like, you know what, Daddy, you can go out there and you can talk that doo-doo to everybody.
Get your ass on there.
Right? Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
What up, little Z?
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Yeah. He's also a bad influence. Just because he was hanging out with me tonight, it's just me and him, because everybody else
Yeah.
went to a wedding. I had to go to GameStop, buy him a game so he can play a few
Hey.
games.
Played his
He's a
cards
super
right.
gamer,
It
man.
was the brand new game I never played before. It was Mario plus Rabbits.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Little Yusef, don't tell your dad, but Resident Evil 8's coming your way real soon.
Well, dude, so that's what he wanted to go get. He's like, "Can we play that today?" And I was like, "No, our friend is gonna send it." And he's like, "But when?"
It's already
And I
happening.
found Resident Evil there.
Yeah, see? Right?
Nice.
John, go for it. Okay, bye.
Fearless. Fearless kid.
Bye, little Z.
Go for it.
So,
It's adorable.
Julio, what do you were again? You were the writer of this question. Did you have any
I-
overrated, underrated tools in mind?
No, actually, I didn't. I just wrote this question
Yeah.
and that was it. I didn't have an answer to it.
Still really good.
I gotta
but
cut. Yeah.
there is something I do think is a little underrated.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a tool. I mean, I guess it kind of depends from person to person. It's a heat gun.
Ooh, yes. One of those little
I-
mini ones too. Yeah.
I use this thing to bend warp plastic. I've used this heavily on that Guyver model there because it's vinyl. It's a must-have. I also use this to help when I paint with acrylics. I also use this to help quicken the dry time. Just a tad, not very much. It buys me maybe like 15 minutes. 15 minutes adds up,
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a good tool to have as well. If you're the kind of person that likes bending beam saber parts, you can do that with this too. Just be fucking careful because these things are powerful.
Yeah.
And
What's that? What's the temperature it goes up to?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. I don't even know. This thing is let me see, 300 watts. So I have no idea how.
Oh, is it just straight like on off, like high
Yeah,
low fan?
yeah, that's
Or-
it.
Okay.
This thing just
That'll
goes
get
from
up to 5.
this goes from 0 to 100 very, very
wild.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that thing's been invaluable for for a lot of the resin kits that I have. Getting rid of that warpage, man. It was a challenge before I got one of those. We only have like a dog hair dryer at home.
Oh, shit.
Before I got one, yeah. So I'd be sitting there just like, come on, bang.
Fucking a half hour
Well,
later,
yeah.
Pabs is
Like you're at the salon and shit.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
got,
I'm sitting over here. My wife's looking at me like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "I'm trying to bend this resin."
I just have the old hair dryer that was Colleen's back when she used to use a hair dryer back in the day, just like hold over sort of thing. But it it gets hot, not like the DeWalt heat gun that I had at the metal shop. That thing would go 1400, and you don't need that at all.
No, that's overkill.
Yeah, use it to preheat aluminum before you're going to, or if you're gonna if it's cold and you're trying to put a patination on some sort of metal, it needs to warm up. Because chemicals only react at certain temperatures. Blah 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 blah. Science.
Oh, you know what else is underrated? I feel a
What?
decent set of paint brushes, like
Yep.
for hand painting.
Yep.
A decent set.
I would disagree with you, but I can see where you're going. So please
I-
continue.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
I've actually found a decent Michaels. They're painter basic. These little guys. Right here. They're $2 each a pop at best. But for the candle, is a lot better than like the super thin, or at least in my opinion, paintbrushes like these.
Yeah, you got these Velvet Touch ones from Princeton that are basically the same thing.
Right. I mean, you know, for a lot of us that work with solvent paint, you know, I see a lot of guys buying, you know, cheap ass paintbrushes, thinking, you know, I'm saving money, but you're constantly having to buy more because you guys are essentially ruining the bristle on those brushes. You know, if you guys buy a decent set of paintbrushes that'll last you a good amount of time, you're saving more money there than if you were just constantly buying the cheap shit.
Now, there's an even better way to save money on really good paintbrushes.
No, this is go.
And that's just not to buy them and to paint everything with airbrush like I do, and just tape
I wish
and torture yourself for endless amounts of time and almost lose your fucking shit.
I
about
wish
6
I could, but I enjoy torturing myself with hand painting.
Listen, Tim, you gave yourself about 6 weeks of content there, good sir. So you're doing all right.
Hey,
All right.
and it's going to be a
You
few
can
more
also-
weeks too.
Shit. This is just wrapped in electrical
Yeah.
tape. So this is like did this in the 90s. Still have these brushes. Clearly, they're just used for cleaning shit. But also, if your paintbrush is too long, if you feel like it's too long, cut the fucking end off of it. It's really easy.
Yeah.
You can do that.
I-
If your bristles are weird, you can cut them and change the shape.
CC Bryant,
Don't be
unfortunately,
afraid.
I'm one of those
It's just a
people
paintbrush.
I'm one of those people who forget to like. I'll set a paintbrush down and I'm like, okay, I need to rinse that off real quick, and then I'll completely forget about it.
Oh, get some of this, yeah.
I will say for overrated, like brand name or Gunpla marketed stuff that is easily bought in like Home Depot, like sandpaper
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
This stuff
sponges,
is
stuff like that. That's overrated. And I can't believe no one said it yet. Underrated. Make decals.
Stop, Carl.
Do it. There it is.
Here you go.
Tim has my family hostage, y'all. Just saying.
Get some of this. This is the Masters brush cleaner and preserver.
Nice.
This stuff is good.
No, I will say underrated, and this is kind of abstract. Most underrated tool for builders, time. Time.
Cool.
Time is the most underrated tool because you
Don't
could
have to
buy
do
Rosemary.
you could buy the top of the line shit. You can have the greatest tool set, everything working perfectly, but you don't put that time in. Don't use time as your tool, or you don't put enough time, or you put too little time. There goes your build.
Yeah.
No amount of tools
Yeah,
can
if
fix
you
that.
don't if you don't put enough time, you'll start painting spoons. Don't put primer underneath them. Start peeling shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Underrated and overrated. I mean, I don't really use tools too much.
I know time. I feel dirty.
In my opinion, I'm gonna go for paint on this one because paint is a tool in my tool belt.
Sure.
Overrated testers. Underrated Army War Painter war paints. Because I mean, with these guys, you get a versatile amount of different colors, and they thin down pretty well. I've had this bottle for, I want to say, a good year and a half, but it can be thinned down, and it's still got a decent amount in it for much you gotta paint with it.
Did you say testors were overrated?
Yeah, tester enamel paints are overrated.
Yeah, the little square bottles.
Yeah.
Those little pieces of shit.
I
The
haven't
ones
tried
the ones that come pre-dried out already on the shelf.
Yep.
Okay, so related question. Related question. What do you guys think is worth the hype? What was worth the hype for you? Something that was overly hyped, and then you guys going like, yeah, it's worth the hype.
Oh, interesting.
See, I don't really go towards a lot of hyped up.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it was that chopper too.
Oh yeah.
Tim praised the hell out of that shit, and I'm just like, yo, this shit is just a board with a razor on it. Like, how the fuck could this be good?
I will
and I bought one, and I was like, yeah, he was right. He was fucking right.
Tack life.
Yeah.
This bad
For
boy.
me, at least, as soon as I
Yeah.
get the thinner down, I cannot wait.
Dude, a
The
real
colors
nice
and
Dremel's
all.
good too.
Mhm.
Rotary
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah, just make sure you don't when you put that on plastic, make sure it looks like it's painted and not like plastic. Thank you.
You know that tack life little Dremel. was pretty good.
Yeah, the
I
baby
got-
Dremel.
Yeah, got a lot of use out of that thing. So
Yeah, yeah.
and not
It's-
bad for the
it's
price.
one
either.
of those-
I wouldn't say that was really hype, but
Yeah.
I saw it on your stream, Tim, and I was like, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, no, and no doubt. I mean, like, shit. What? I'm trying to think of something that was hyped up that I got that I was just all in, and
What about the chisel sharpener?
yeah, but was that really hyped up? I mean,
Yeah.
I just found that on. I literally found that. You know what I mean?
True.
And it wasn't. Nobody else was like really hyping it other than fucking Studio Rahito. You know.
Yeah.
So so one thing that was hyped up that lived up to its name that I can definitely say, Plastic Magic.
There you go.
Oh,
That shit lived up to top billing, without a doubt.
yeah.
People
Smells
like
up to top billing too.
Well, yeah, people like Kenny Lim, Toymaker, Waylander, Becky Customizer, all sorts of other people over in Asia and stuff like that recommended this when they first brought out, and I was just like, okay, let me try it, right? And once I got my hands on it, I'm never going back.
Mhm.
I'm never going back. That's the one thing that was super hyped. That 100%.
I was gonna say, I wonder how that relates to this stuff. I got this from USAGs.
What is
This
that?
is
Good
the
old
E7 quick dry. It will come on. Okay, treat me right. Nope.
Focus.
Nope.
Focus.
Get closer. There you go.
Hey, go do it.
There you go.
Quick draws, man.
Yep.
Looks
So
like a
I haven't
dang
used
gun
this
Robo
yet.
screen.
But I'm curious to see how it's gonna work out. I don't have any Plastic Magic yet, Tim, but I know that you love that shit, and so
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some. But I also recently got. I had the super powder before. I got Mr. Cement S, which is good for like real
Okay.
thin, and then I got the SP Black.
Oh, the black one. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Because I'm going to be doing more like standardized models. I will say one thing though. Speaking of standardized models and things that do live up to the hype, I've said it before. I'll keep saying it. Come here. Oh, you suck.
A bit of a
Sorry,
nut.
my room isn't properly done yet.
Hey.
Edward Trophy Packs.
Okay.
It's a good model. If you want to put together an armor model, get a Profi pack. It's got photo etched decals, models super duper well engineered, really great detail, goes together really well. The gigantic book full of like information and like different colorways and all this beautifully illustrated details for instructions, and fabulous. So
Nice.
lives up to the hype.
So for me, it was GSI Krios airbrushes. So I follow a crap ton of Japanese builders and Korean builders and all that stuff, and they've hyped GSI Krios airbrushes for the longest time, and I was like, man, they can't be as good. And I was using, I started using Masters and then Badger, and I was like, man, the Badgers are exactly what I need, and they're fucking great. And I bought one GSI Krios, and I was like, I'm never going back. This is fucking amazing. And yeah, it was like worth the hype, worth the excitement. And I mean, like 3 years later, I'm still using the exact same GSI Krios airbrushes, and they've not failed me. Fucking great.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
I will say
have a
again. Look.
question.
Oh, go ahead, John.
You finish first, Carl.
Okay. I was gonna say not a tool that I was hyped for, but I was like when I first got my hands on styrene, and I was really hyped for it. And I gotta admit, for those builders out there that have never done scratch building with styrene, like that's been building 20 years. That's the most fun I have modeling. Like in the last 3 years is just getting some styrene together and just like let's just put something together. Like I don't know. It was like hype for me to try it out and like okay, we're going off the map with this stuff. We're doing something different. And as soon as I started doing it, I'm like, I ain't going back. Styrene all the way, man. Freaking let your brain wander.
Nice.
But yeah,
Anybody else? Z? Julio?
gentlemen.
So I have a question on the same topic.
Okay.
For beginners, you always hear beginners need this, beginners need that. What's your common tool deck recommended for beginners that you think they actually don't need?
God hands.
God hands.
A razor glass file.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean,
Any
good.
Thomas,
anything you can get,
your
you can get packaged, that isn't packaged premium. I think you can do without. You're only buying it for the name and how it's presented. You can buy much cheaper things, and if you feel like I really want that packaging and that marketing.
There's like a $15 or like $12 Amazon like Dumb Plus starter set. It comes with a pair of nippers and a part separator and all that. And I'm like, I mean, even that, I'm like, you got a hobby knife and you got a pair of nippers, go to town. So
Well, and that's like USA Gundam stores, their Apex tools box set, right? Adam sent it to me, and I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I was a little skeptical looking at it, and before I got it, and I'm like, the closer I look at it, I'm like, these are actually pretty decent. And then I opened them up, and then I kind of felt the weight and used them a little bit like that, and they're fucking legit tools, like really good tools. The nippers are great. The tweezers are awesome. The parts separator is a little bit different from kind of the T-shaped one. It's more kind of like it's almost like a spatula almost, but it's really pretty useful as well. So something like that is great for just getting in and getting your feet wet with everything. And there's a bunch of them out there too. USA Gundam store, obviously. We're all friends, with Adam and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's kind of why, I recommend those. I know their quality as well. So, your mileage will vary, obviously.
In relation to that, here is like a testament to Adam's dedication to quality. So, here is the prototype version of that starter kit that he sent, and I kind of ran through the ringer, and this was already pretty good, but there were things that could have improved, and then in the final product, he went way beyond like what I was expecting and what I had said, and it was like, let's do better than what you were saying, and blow that out of the water. So, props to Adam, because he didn't need to do that, because this was already okay, but he was like, I want to make it better. So,
it's a good little kit.
And also, I think that it's worth mentioning, like modeling's been around forever, but within the last like 15 years, the resources to find tools, the producers of tools, tutorials and all that, it's just, it's obviously huge now. But back in the day, think about like everyone here, like their very first model kit, whenever they were years old or whatever it was. I was making kits with toenail clippers in my teeth. So, like,
everything was done with just like, didn't have nippers. I just had like a razor blade.
Yeah. So when you really think about it,
kid thinking it was an action figure, and I got home and I opened it and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And then you're just like, well, gotta find some sort of tool to get these pieces off. So but that's it. Like pair of nippers, hobby knife, like that's everything. Like I think when new people come into the hobby and they see they want to be great fast, and they see good builders, and they've got if everyone on this stream took out every single tool they owned and put it out on a table, everyone would look at us like we're madmen, like
I did that just the nippers. It's already covering all of my cutting mat.
So but that's like, again,
I have a fucking Pelican for my good tools. What do you want? Like, how crazy, how crazy do you think I fucking am? I buy a $50 case to protect my, my good tools, my chisels and all the other valuable shit that I've spent hundreds of dollars on is right in here, packed away.
And I think there's a big pressure on new builders to be like, I'm going to need this. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need this. It's like, again, back to time. It takes time to get this madness, to get this entire, trove of tools and stuff. But, everyone starts somewhere. I mean, if you just got a nipper and a hobby knife, that's all you need, man. Build a kit, and then slowly over time, as you want to try new things, then okay, maybe I need this tool, maybe I need that tool. It can get very overwhelming very fast. I mean, even just if you're going to like brands of paints you're using. Like I've probably switched my main line of paint like 3 times now over the course of 4 years. And if you're a new builder and you're like, oh, I gotta have this, top of the line paint right away when I'm starting, it's like, no, like, chill out. Like, it's okay. It's okay not to have every single tool on the market. So
use what works for you.
Exactly.
Ultimately,
Right.
It doesn't matter what it is.
No, at the end of the day, it's kind of like photography. The best camera is the one you have on you. The best tool is the one that's going to help you get the job done when it's in front of you. It could be something you rigged yourself, or a $50 knife, whatever it is.
Oh,
And then-
hang on just a second.
yeah, as your style defines and
Hey,
you round
Bill.
it out.
Yeah. Hey,
figure out-
Bill. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Bill. You're gonna figure out, like, I know a builder of mine, a friend of mine, Lydia, Cutie Poppers on Instagram. She painted a build out of gesso the other day. Beautiful Wing Zero out of gesso paint, and I was just thinking, like, damn, and it looked great. It looked amazing.
Yeah,
But
if it
I would have,
looked good.
I would have never thought that. But yeah, you don't need airbrushes and all this. She did it by hand too, so I was like, that's working for you. Hey, be the one gesso gunpla builder out there. So,
Yeah.
But I'm also with Ranger Chris out here in the chat and being like, different paints for different specific applications. I have lacquer, I have enamel, I have a lot of acrylic. I mostly just use acrylic, but I have oil and I have everything that you need to do the things that I need them to do. And it's kind of like tailored,
But you'll get that knowledge through time. So if you're new out there, don't feel the pressure that I need these brand nippers and I need these brand things and I need this line of paint and I need that. That is take your time. You got time. It's gonna come.
Yeah. So Thomas Sadden out there, like a while ago, asked, where do we get our styrene from? I get them from 2 different places. Mostly I get Evergreen, these guys here. You can get these online. And then this is Plastruct, also very good. They're usually they're different systems of measure. So make sure you know what you're buying before you buy it.
Yeah.
And then Tetsujin was saying something about how do you measure other builders
Mm-hmm.
by height.
Fuck you.
Yep. So with that, you're gonna need a.
Me and Pabs are low men on the totem pole over here.
Oh, we're low on the height scale, but we're pretty.
Underrated
we're
tool,
pretty-
IKEA measuring tape here. This is how you're gonna measure your
We're,
builders.
Alright.
yeah,
Hold on, guys.
we're,
He's back. He wants to show you
Oh.
guys one of the new tools he's got.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
What you got?
Don't snap. Don't snap.
Oh! Yeah, you need those.
Nice.
Man, everybody has such cool toys. I want cool toys.
Right?
Puny god hands. The hell?
Next time we'll send it to you. Yeah? All right.
That's awesome.
Can you get the one that moves?
Yeah, we can get that one. He wants to get the other one, the movable fingers. I was like,
Oh.
it's twice the size of your head.
That thing is nice though. One of my buddies got one. I couldn't put that thing down.
Yeah.
In
Best.
in relation to the point in the points that Carl is making, right? Like it's okay to start small and start to expand as you start to develop your skill and putting in time as a tool. And if you'll forgive my small rant here, please put in the time. Just put in the time. Like if you want to be in the position that Brian or Tim is in, these guys put in the hours, they put in the years, they put in the effort. All right, you want to be the guy that's previewing the tools, or you want to be the guy that has this amazing workstation or the amazing build. Put the fucking time in, because this has become way more prevalent in the last year and a half, 2 years or so, where I'm seeing somebody that is just getting into it and has been given the absolute worst advice of get everything as soon as possible and just start posting and start putting it out there and then start giving advice where it is neither needed or required, and it's fucking terrible. And one of my biggest pet peeves is the spread of misinformation, and those people have not put in the time. So recognize that you might not be quite there yet. So again, fucking put in the time, please.
What do you know about
'Cause
tiny mirrors, Pabs?
Apparently,
Yes,
according to somebody, nothing.
An underrated skill is reading a room.
One comment I do want to highlight here is Julius, and this is just a very sweet sentiment, Julius. So thank you. Tool, it's worth the hype. The group of people here on the panel and others that stream, they take the time to share their knowledge with others. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Sorry,
you can't do this.
I know. Look at Pat.
Look at
Jim's hot.
Look at what you did.
sizes that day.
I do like that. Like
that's very sweet.
Waterworks tonight.
my room has like it's like fading from Pabs into Tim.
Oh,
It
yeah. You
kinda
did
is.
that.
Let me
Weird,
switch
eh?
over to blue so it's a little more.
We did that on
Transition.
purpose.
Nope.
Ooh, nice.
Listen, Julius,
Playing
it's nice of you to
and,
include us all, but I don't know shit,
That's
so I'm not one of those. I just do giveaways and I don't give shit to Jay.
Oh,
But you give content to us, Z. So that's
I mean, Z, you shortchange yourself, man.
Listen, one day I'll get there. Like one day
Yeah.
I'm gonna put something out there. I'm gonna say, this is the best shit I've ever done. It's thanks to the people here. Julius is absolutely right. I I'm here because I like surrounding myself with knowledge and being immersed in that thing that you need to be immersed in to get better, right? Do I have cool ideas in here? Yes. Can I put them on a build? Not yet. But one day I will. So I'm glad I'm in good company, but there's no like these guys are up here and I'm down here, like Eminem said.
See, I want you.
You just got to get there, dude.
Yeah.
Like Pab says, you got to put the time in,
I don't like it when you say you don't have the knowledge because you do.
Yeah.
Listen, did you see me doing my Batman dance? That's the extent of my knowledge. All right.
Oh, fuck out of
Shut
here.
up.
You just need to get past this shit, that you're in, and obviously, I think we're all pretty much in, and then we'll have clearer heads, more time, and hopefully more ability to do cool shit, right?
Cool shit. Yeah, for sure.
This whole past year and a half has fucked us all, unfortunately. In some in multiple ways, and some in more extreme ways than others. I'm lucky enough that I still have my health, and nobody I know directly has passed away from this shit. So I count myself lucky in those regards. But everybody's kind of going through their own shit and all that, and trust me, brother. You'll get there. I'll get there. We'll all get there. And like Pat says, it just takes the time, you know what I mean? So we just got to come out the other end smelling like daisies, and then we're good to go,
Yeah.
So,
and I'll add this to, kind of just sit on the whole time thing. A lot of times people are like this year, especially for me, I have faced some pretty hard depression. And this is someone who's dealt with PTSD for a great number of reasons in the past. But this year, and I'm a very outgoing person. I need to be social. I need to be out and about.
Yeah.
The year and a half that I've spent trapped in my house has been fucking hard. But having said that, I know a lot of people kind of wait for like something's gonna inspire me, something's gonna get me going, right? It's usually now, at least I'm learning that it's the opposite. You just gotta put that foot in front of the other, and then your mentality will just kind of follow. Like, okay, hey, listen, just make your body go through the paces, then your brain will align, right? So don't wait for like that aha moment or something like that. Just
because it ain't gonna come.
Yeah,
there ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Right. Exactly.
Motivation is an inconsistent bitch, and
Sometimes
it never
you
shows
just
up when
gotta
you need it.
Seize the
So,
moment.
yeah, just discipline. Like I said, you're disciplined at it, and you want to get better at it. And I think here's the thing with what Z said, and I'll piggyback it to what Pab said. Z's got the right mindset. I know what Jay's saying when he says he doesn't have the skills. Like, no, dude, you got skill. It'll come out. But he's got the right respect to know that it ain't happening in one day. And that's what you see with a lot of these new builders is, yeah, they all want to be good. Everyone wants to be good. some of these new guys want to be good yesterday, or they want to be good tomorrow. They want to be a GBWC next week, winning, less than a year into the hobby, and as Pab said, and as I said before, time is the most underrated and important tool. And you gotta respect the time. And when you give the time to the hobby, and you give the time to grow yourself, and you find the time, you make the time, and you keep going, you will get better. And yeah, this year, I mean, there was a lot of people I was saying, man, I'm going to get so many builds done in quarantine, from home. Yeah. And like, some of them were like, I didn't do crap this year. I didn't have the motivation. I didn't have the gravitas. I didn't have any, like, you needed other things besides Gunpla. And I always say,
I made a shitload of models during quarantine.
Oh yeah, but Brian's.
I didn't do shit
because I sat at the bench every day from like 8 a.m. until like 1 or 2 a.m, and then I would go to bed and I would sleep for the most minimal amount of time. And I would get up and I'd do the same thing. And I just sat at the bench and I worked on my shit. Like, I knew that I need to get better at doing like a clean paint without doing weather, without doing stuff. Like, I really worked on my attention to detail, my attention to like application and all of like theory, and really getting into like clean customization, as opposed to like, you do sloppy customization and fucking weather it, and you can kind of slap around stuff, but like to do the clean shit, which is not my thing. That was my goal last year, so that's what I did. And I feel like I grew because I was challenging myself, and that was like how I am going to get better.
But what was that what was that main ingredient? Put in the time. Put in the time. And for some people, I get it. Like, time is such a valuable resource that you gotta have a shit to do, or you're not in the right mindset, and it happens. But for the newbies, just saying, this isn't set it and forget it. This ain't Ron Popeil in this motherfucker. Right. This is it takes time, and that's part of the beauty of it. It takes time to craft something great. Like, Tim, how long was Airdrop? How long? Start to finish?
8 months.
8 months of work. And would you, like, again, not basing on what GBWC thinks, but would you think that's your best work or your favorite work?
Best, yes. Favorite, no.
There you go. And also take that into account. Like, 8 months, and that's not even his favorite build. Like, this build. I mean, this build, man, I was working on this for like 2 weeks straight, and I fucked with the masking, and I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing, take the time, remask it, repaint it. And I could have said fuck it 2 weeks ago. And now this isn't my best work, but it's my favorite work. And part of the reason is because I took that time to say, no, I want it to be better. No, I want to be better. So even if it's something as little as this, or as lose a snap build, taking a seam line off, take your time and find the time. And if you don't have the time, hey, well, life happens and shit happens, and we get it. It's all good.
Or slow down. Don't worry about it. And like make time, And if it means you have to work slower, then that is fine. Like, I can work incredibly fast, but I don't always want to work fast. I like to take my time. I like to think about things and plan stuff out, but life/deadlines don't always afford that luxury.
No, again, and just, I know everyone's going to be like, well, what about contests and deadlines and all that? Yes, that's always a thing. If you got a contest and a deadline, obviously time management comes into hand, and you got to give the right time when it's need to be given. But again, if you don't make that deadline, I mean, Tim, like, literally, they told you, like, you got a week to build this kit. What'd you do? For the Bandai Hobby Open, you're like,
I fucked off and didn't finish it. I'm the worst example of that, there, Carl.
No, but I'm using that as an example. You fucked off and didn't finish it, and is it the end of the world? Did everything?
Oh yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. And that's from Bandai. Bandai told him you got a week, and he's like, I'm okay. And obviously he had other things happening, but again, you don't finish something on time, and or if you don't think that model's, if you rush that model, that it's going to be worse than if you took your time with it, then just say, hey, I don't need to win that, master grade that's been already released, just go buy it. So take your time. That's all I'll say. I'll stop. I'll get off my pedal.
So. And, to again, piggyback off of what everybody is saying, time is the one commodity that you will never get back. And we have a limited amount of it, right? For good or bad.
One go around, right? One go around.
Yeah. And the scary part of it is that we don't know how much we have left.
Right.
We never know. So using
Better make
your
it worth it.
time, using your time to its best uses can never be underrated, underscored, just taken for granted, all of the euphemisms that you want to throw out there to it. So as long as you're getting value out of your own time, then you know what, you're in good shape, in my opinion. But as a segue from that, we are out of time.
Wow, now that's a fucking segue.
I like Ranger Chris's question though here at the end
I
too.
do.
What's that?
We'll save that one
I
too.
haven't read it yet. Yeah.
There's
I need to highlight it here. This one
There's
here?
a Nia Zeong in the box somewhere that's currently
go
waiting on
see.
stuff.
Right. There's
And
four
SD
sitting in
Museum.
front of me right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Pabs.
I got,
You just
I
have
got
to-
6 Ranger Chris, 6 in various shapes from like a year or two ago. So
I think I have 2. Technically, 2. The GM Sniper 2, the Spartan conversion. That one's on hiatus. And
You got
then
3, Tim. You got 3.
Stop being racist, Pabs.
fuck you. Oh shit. I forgot about that. Damn it. Yes, the bane of my existence, the SD fucking unicorn. I forgot about that little bastard. Yeah.
I got
Anyway,
too
we'll
many.
leave that.
Too many.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Too many that are like never gonna get finished.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
They'll
that's
get
okay.
done. It just I don't care right now. I'm
Yeah,
having
it's in the
fun
back
with what I'm
burner.
doing. Yeah.
It's there. It's in the back seat.
Exactly. Anyway, all right, y'all. Let's wrap this one up. Put a bow on it. Let's tell everybody where they can find you. Brian, we're gonna start with you again, buddy.
Right on. Hey guys.
Whoa, look at
Brian.
that. You're looking much better there. Much
Oh.
clearer.
Sexy.
Sound is
Thank
good.
you,
Yeah.
Optimum, for this is how I've looked to me this whole evening. I'm sorry that you've missed out.
No, it's all good. You got that.
Um,
You got that sexy profile now, so we're good. I know what I'm doing.
FarmersOnly.com,
Oh my
baby. Here we
God.
come.
all right. You can find me on.
We just fucked him up.
No, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Kodokai it's called now, but it's still under the youtube.com/c/brobuilder. So, it's all good. I'm back to streaming, so I'll be hopefully doing Tuesdays and Thursdays again with the squad doing the thing, trying to get my work on. Updates on the regular shit. Critical build off is still going on. I'm prompting this now because I'm sure Pabs will forget and I don't have to remind him. So
Thank
then
you so
maybe
much,
he'll
Brian.
talk a little bit more about it. Also, you can submit to Critical builds anytime you want. There is a link tree on Pabs's and on the Critical build Instagram page, which hardly ever gets any traffic because none of us do anything to it.
It's because I haven't given anybody access.
I don't
to
have
it.
access, so I don't know what to tell you.
We'll get there.
It's been a
We'll find
blast to hang out with y'all this evening, regardless of like intermittent internet, calamity. And glad to be here as always, and to hang out with you guys and have fun talking, answering questions and shit. So,
Words.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, man.
thanks, guys.
All right. Pabs?
So as Brian said, Critical Build Off is indeed happening. There is a deadline now of October. So if you guys do want to win, say, like these MadWorks nippers or, God damn it, so many nippers. These Sim Pro nippers, a couple of MadWorks airbrushes, a couple of MadWorks sanding sponges, a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't even announced yet. Enter that, man. All you need is a core Gundam as the base, and you can do whatever the hell you want with it. As Brian mentioned, if you guys want to submit to Critical Build, whether it's a work in progress or a finished kit, and you don't either you want us to talk about it with a critical eye, or you just want us to feature it so people can see your build. Head over to my Instagram page, Chris_Pabs, or Critical Builds' Instagram page. There is a link tree with all of that information. It's very easy. Just talk about your build real quick, and then we'll put it on the show. And finally, for those that don't know, both
Brian, Julio, Z, Kyle, Clueless Gunpla Builder, and I are starting a podcast. Episode 1 has been recorded. It is currently in the works for editing and cutting, and that will be out very soon. And we'll let you guys know the name of that in the near future. Have a good night. And yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a good one. I needed this, so appreciate it.
There you go. Always.
Feel better, man.
Thank you, Paps. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Carl, go ahead, man.
Hey, Carl, Goldie Zero. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Goldie Zero. Also on Twitter, Instagram, and all that. You can also find me behind a Krispy Kreme at 4 a.m, waiting patiently.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's about it.
Don't ask what he's waiting for.
Don't ask.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't a donut. I'm telling you.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it depends on which one you are.
Or,
Could be a
or
donut.
maybe he's dropping off some glaze.
Tim, we didn't need the recreation. Anyway, but thanks for having me on, everybody. It was a treat and some good questions tonight. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Always. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Carl. Appreciate you, man.
There you go.
John Lynn?
Hi guys. You guys can find me at JJack anywhere, everywhere. Holler at your cornfield. I'm in your attic. I'm in your basement. Clog your walls. Give it a knock if you need anything or if you need me to turn my music down. And yeah, that's about it. Finish the bottom.
Nice.
On the bottom. I just gotta redo the ear flaps.
She started from the
It's
bottom.
almost there.
She started from the bottom. Now she's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm done with the bastard. And I can work on the next one.
Good stuff, John Lynn. Thank you.
And Tim,
All right. Oh,
Tim, catch your hands.
Why?
Huh?
She said, "Catch
What's
these
that?
hands."
Catch them Billy Joel hands.
Some tiny ass hands, man. Jesus.
Billy Idol. Sorry.
Julio, go ahead, man.
Julionius, spelled right up there. Facebook, Instagram. Not very active lately on the Instagram. I think my last post was maybe like April. But feel free to add me on Facebook. I like memes. I shit post. I disappoint my family all the time. It's a good laugh. I just
As
like
we
chilling,
all should.
talking. Send me some memes. Go for it. No matter how stupid you think they are.
You ain't disappointing no one with that Altered Beast hat, man.
Thanks.
Right.
Why from your grave?
Yo, and your dog's not ugly. Your dog is cool.
Oh, dude, my dog is ugly.
It's a cool ugly then. Fuck
My
it.
dog is ugly. It's so ugly they made it water slides out of him.
You goddamn right. Goddamn
But,
right. Those are gonna be awesome, by the way.
But yeah, check me out, guys, if you want to, or come look for me, or if not, I'll come look for you.
Whoa.
Oh,
Behind a Krispy Kreme at 4 a.m?
Nah, dude, in Trader Joe's dumpster.
Ah,
Hey, I claim that Trader Joe dumpster. Me and the possum, you get out of there.
I will fist fight you and that entire possum's family.
guys, there's a Sprouts
Me and
across the
that
street.
guy
You're fine.
Tell me where they at.
Fuck this, I'm going to 7-Eleven.
Oh shit,
this
Julio,
outta
thank
here.
you,
Get this
brother.
outta here.
Appreciate you.
God,
Thanks for the questions,
All
dude.
right,
Those are good
Z.
that actually worked out really good with the hand thing.
Yeah, right?
shit. Yeah.
Transition.
But yeah, hey guys, Z, aka Gunpla Ronin, usually just fucking around on IG or on one of these other streams with these guys. And yeah, so go by the same thing on Facebook and on YouTube. And once in a while, I stream my own show with a couple other guys that you guys may not know. They were in the chat. But yeah, glad I'm here. Thanks for hanging out.
Lowercase Z.
And that's lowercase z.
Lowercase.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah. That's mom's main dude right there.
Beast.
Tim, he's on team Child of Mecca with the King Kong. Like he's like fuck Godzilla.
Oh,
Word.
Team Monkey.
Oh, he's a
There we
monkey.
go.
Monkey.
Team Monkey.
Okay.
But yeah, guys,
Good
have
stuff.
a good night.
Monkey.
All right, Z. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. All right. So, you guys, we had a really good conversation here tonight. And like we said before, Julio really gave us some good conversation starters, and we only got through 2, and there's like 9. So we're gonna have some good convos, I think, for the next few episodes of Mechanism. We're gonna refer back to those and continue on with those questions. So Julio, thank you, buddy, for submitting those. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Anyway, I'm your host, Tim, the one and only child of Mecha. This has been Mechanism episode 63. I'm going to be back on Monday. Haven't gotten a lot of done model-wise this week because it has been an all-out scramble to get the house stuff done. So finally finished painting 1 bathroom today. Now I just have to put the hardware and everything back up on the walls, and that's going to be kapoots. Then packing all this shit. Like, obviously you've seen the shelves start to dwindle down. These shelves here start to dwindle down. I mean, there's hardly anything on my work surface right now, which is strange. So yeah, the small respite from that is going to be live streaming for me. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can over this weekend, so I don't disappoint you on Monday. But come on back on Monday, and let's continue on with the GM Quell build and try to knock this thing out, because I think the next couple projects are going to be fun ones. So short hitters, nothing like this. This was a practice build. The next ones are going to be just kind of shorties, just to have fun, get stuff done, and experiment a little bit. So come on back Monday for that. And man, you guys have a wonderful weekend. July 4th here in the States, so be safe. Don't blow your fucking hands off with fireworks and shit in the states that have those as legal. If you're in a sensible state, which I thankfully am, they are illegal. But you'll always find some dumb fuck in the street setting them off. So, and they hopefully their house will burn down.
You need those hands for Gunpla, y'all. Need them for Gunpla.
Yeah, right.
You may have heard fireworks going off around me. Here, I'm on the shore.
I did later. Yeah, earlier.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, they getting the holiday done early this year, huh?
Yeah, but it's though. It's not the same as Brooklyn. Brooklyn, it was egregious because they would light off fireworks from like 9 at night until like 3 in the morning, non-stop.
They started like 2 months ago.
Yep. Started. They started last year. It was March that they started in 2020, and they didn't ever stop.
People pop their heads out the window. Shut the fuck up!
Nope. You get a fireworks shot at your window.
Well, yeah, different firework. Yeah. Oh shit. All right. Well, thank you, kids, for being on. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for another episode of Mechanism. But until then, have a great weekend. If you're in the States, have a great and safe long weekend. And I'll see you guys back here on Monday. So this has been Mechanism. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.